what I got. I'm super excited. Today's review is on the new MacBook Air M1. So on this computer, it is, well, I don't usually do tech reviews. Let me put it like that. If you've come here from another channel, I don't do tech reviews. I like simplicity, which I'm sure you like simplicity as well. And as we were moving, I was about to throw it away and I was like, let's give you a review and tell you how cool this is. And if you're any kind of creator, YouTube content creator, video creator, really making music, making anything that requires like using big programs like Final Cut Pro or even Logic Pro, I believe it's called, this thing will blow your mind compared to the Pro, like what you think you need. So to give you just a little bit of context, I'm making videos or making podcasts or something usually on a daily basis. So I need a computer that is, it's hard. You want to find something that is fast, something that's a little bit light, and something that has a good battery life. And I've always got a MacBook Pro. Everyone says to get a MacBook Pro, and I finally watched a lot of videos and I was like, I'm gonna go for this M1 MacBook Air, and oh my goodness. To get started, the workflow, it's much faster than my fully souped up MacBook Pro, which I think is 2016, but it was the best that they made. Everything was souped up on it, and this is 10 times faster. I don't know so much about the processing and all that kind of stuff, but I can tell you this thing doesn't make a sound. It's much faster, and because there's no fan in it, it's just always quiet all the time. And I don't feel like it's about to blow up. With my other computer, it was starting to make that loud, you know, that spinning fan sound. To give you context why that's really cool is because I live in Bali, and in Bali it is super hot, and most of the time, most people are working outside, and when you have a hot computer and it's doing a lot of work running big programs, you need something that's not gonna heat up and start freezing on you. This thing is amazing. The second thing is the battery life is crazy. If I'm not on Final Cut Pro, and for example, like I'm writing a book right now, and as I'm writing that book, I usually work maybe 4:30 in the morning to 6 on the book, and the battery's at like 98% after like an hour and a half of using just a basic program. Basically, I don't know if you can kill this in the day unless, you can kill the battery in a day unless you are doing some hardcore, unless you're on a bigger program. If you're just doing typing, internet surfing, all this kind of stuff, the battery's crazy. I think it talks about 18 hours, the battery life. It's crazy. And the next thing I like about it is it's so small. Everyone talks about like the iPad Pro and all this. I believe that this is the iPad Pro. This is the iPad killer, I'd say. Now, don't get it twisted. I love the iPad. And actually, I own an iPad and I love it so much. I have a very simple iPad and I have the pen, I have all this kind of stuff. I love it completely. But I find myself on this almost even more, because they're not the same size, but they're light and small and sleek. And because the battery lasts so well on this, when I'm going out in the day, I have this, and I put it in this little carrying case, and this is it. The workflow to make this video requires this. Now, of course, you need the little dongle, but that's kind of it. And basically now my workflow is I just put everything on my computer, edit it, then transfer it back to the hard drive, so I can really just take this. This is it. This is all I need. And it's so small, so thin. It's pretty, it gives the iPad. I believe that this could possibly be an iPad killer. And the speed of it, and if you're just doing any kind of regular work on here, it's amazing. Like, you almost don't need a pro. Now, I'm not a pro when it comes to what to use. I like simple things. I got the very simple, basic 120 or 256 gigabyte, the very baseline model. And for, I think, less than $1,100, I can't remember exactly, you can have all of that. And it works faster than what I have made about 1,000 videos with using my other MacBook Pro. It's 10 times faster, half the size, twice the battery, 3 times the speed almost. And I love it so much that I had to make this video of it. So with that being said, if you're any kind of content creator, if you are on the go a lot and you're trying to dim and make everything smaller, like dim down the weight of the things you're carrying, because people don't know, if you create content, then you already know this. When we go out, like for me, I got 2 cameras most of the time. I've got my iPad for maybe notes or something like this. I've got my computer for editing. I've got the charger. I've got the hard drive, and just a lot of stuff. And for me, saying that I can just maybe bring 1 camera and then just this, and I've got almost a full day's use editing multiple videos if I want to, it's something worth talking about, and for this very reason, something worth making a video about. So if you're on the edge of trying to decide, like if you're a creator, like do I get an iPad or do I get the new MacBook? With the price of the Air, personally for me, I would get the lowest model iPad. This is what I do. This is exactly my plan. Got the baseline level iPad. I think only has 128 gigs of storage. Get the pencil. Get the lowest, the M1 256 MacBook Air, and it's almost the same price as if you were just going to get a MacBook Pro. And you're all souped up. And I didn't have this for a long time. I wanted to get very small. I want to be able to go away on a weekend, shoot a video, and edit a video just on an iPad. And it was okay. I've seen a lot of YouTubers just use an iPad, but for me, I feel like I'm not in it enough, and I don't know, I guess maybe it could be a comfort thing, but it was nice having a computer. And this kind of checked off all the boxes, from the battery life to the resolution of the screen to the speed of it to being able to be working outside in the heat almost when I'm at all these places here in Bali. And I almost find myself not even using the iPad as much. The question that I had was like, well, is the new M1 MacBook the iPad killer? Because if I can edit and I can do all that on a day's battery life, then I find myself having my iPad staying at home most of the time when I used to use it tremendously. And yeah, just something for all of you who are creators and looking to let you know you don't have to make a huge crazy investment in the new Pro souped up. For me, the Air works perfectly fine. I'm using Final Cut Pro, making videos just about every day, and it's been really awesome, really fast, syncs, of course, across the whole ecosystem of Apple. And with the battery life and the convenience of how small it is, it's probably one of the best computers that I've ever used from a standpoint of the wow factor. And will it be the iPad killer? I don't know. It's just so small and the battery life lasts so long, and it makes things so much easier. So when it comes to you guys starting out, the iPad Air is the iPad Air, and combine that with the very simple iPad 8, I think this is, the very lowest level, you get both of these for the same price, almost as a MacBook, and at the same time, having this and having this, you're really most likely going to be using this most of the time. And also, if you're typing a lot on here, one thing I forgot to say, if you're typing a lot on the Air, it's much easier to type because of the angle of the keyboard than it is on the MacBook Pro. Because I come from using a MacBook Pro all the time, and this one is way sleeker, way smaller, way easier, and the battery lasts a lot longer. So as far as I'm concerned, MacBook Air is 100% approved. Hope this video helped you out. You want to see some more kind of reviews or tech reviews on what I use? I'm all about simplicity, so I use the very simplest thing until it needs to be complex. But for that, on that note, I could leave with an iPhone or a GoPro and just take this computer, and I could probably edit videos for probably 3 days without charging this. Usually it takes about 3 days. I could get 3 videos edited, and as you close it overnight, it doesn't lose anything. Like I closed it at 100%. I came back like a day and a half later. I think it was still at 100%. That's how crazy it is. So just wanted to share this. It's something that I found interesting, and honestly, I was just unpacking all of this, and this thing almost fell. And I was like, oh, that'd be a cool video. I think I've seen people do videos like that before. So hope it helped you out. Definitely approved. And yeah, on that note, guys, see you in another episode. Any reviews you want, tech reviews on any of the gear that I use, or if you just want to know the gear I use, leave it in the comments. I'll speak to you guys later. I'm finished packing because we're moving, and I'll speak to you guys all later. And in the meantime, everyone always remember to work hard, be brave, and don't forget to smile.